This video is brought to you by Ecreban.
All right, in this video, everybody, we are going to put on a set of blades from Ecreban. So I already got it on, okay, but we're going to be going over it, and we'll get a close look and installation tips and safety tips to put a set of these blades on. Now, these blades came in a 2-pack. They offer the 22-inch Toro that you see here right now, but they also have lots of other blades for just about any kind of use. So the installation is kind of the same on mowers. But I wanted to show you on this mower. This mower will probably be a separate video on going over this mower. This belongs to a customer of mine. I've been taking care of it for quite a number of years, and it was pretty fun and easy this season to kind of get it cleaned up and everything. It had stopped working, mostly just kind of nickel acting, had some water in the gas, and sort of the usual. But he brings it to me and drops it off with his other machine every couple of years, and I just get it cleaned up, and it looks like this. So that will be a separate video. If you guys want to check that one out, I'm not sure which one's coming out first. So that will be in my Toro folder. Go to my homepage, check out the different folders and videos that are there. If you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of information online on how to do that. I know a lot of people don't. Let's get started with this blade installation video, and I will see you in a minute. So the inside air of the transmission looks pretty good. We're going to get that cleaned out. All of the plastics are in good shape. Yes, he picked up some kind of a rope or something, and that's probably making noise and causing issues. This blade's in decent shape, but it is, getting older and is worn. He's going to get a nice new one. Everything looks good. We pop this off, and, well, then that's it. We'll bring it outside. We'll get to the rest later. All right, now I've washed this machine. Of course, if you're changing your blade, it's a good opportunity to defoul everything. Defoul the deck, and so this is a driven machine, so I'm putting a little bit of lubrication into these little pockets here, these points. I'm going to flip it over on the other side as well, and I'll do that. I'll get to up here, and then it's not part of this video, this blade section here, this segment here, but we still have the adjusters to do and the gears and everything in the back. So I kind of keep in mind that I'm doing this while you're there kind of thing, because it's a one-stop shop. Now, this is part of the blade adapter as well. Make sure everything is clean. This has got to be clean. All the mounting surfaces, even if you're using a used blade, you want to, when I clean and sharpen my blades, I'm generally using my Milwaukee grinder, my portable, and I'm using a flapper disc, and I'm going over this surface and this surface, as well as the back side of the blade, and of course I put an edge on it. Now, of course, these blades, Ecreban, come already sharpened and ready to go. But I'm just explaining to you fellas that for people that are brand new, keep in mind that channels like mine, when I do a how-to segment, some of these have to be patient because some of us already know this, we're just interested in it. Some of us know a little bit, some of us know a lot of it, and some of us are just absolute beginners. So it's important to kind of go over some of these steps so that everybody knows and everybody's on the same page. Now I got a little wire wheel. You can use a wire brush. This one's pretty clean, but still. It only takes a minute, and as I said, this machine's in really good shape, but usually these are rusty and nasty, and the dirt and all of that will get in the way of the balance. Now we're going to torque this. So in this case, this bolt's in excellent shape, and it's got some oil on it. Well, I'm going to take a hot minute out to talk about torquing it and different ways of putting the blade on and getting it nice and tight and ensuring that you are tight. So we're going to torque it at 60 foot-pounds, and I'll go through that. We've got a clamp up here, a little rag or whatever, just to protect the paint because it's actually in really nice shape. But there's also a way of doing it with a block of wood. Holding it, you can't really do it that way. And as I said, we're going to go to a segment right after this where I'm going to show you what the manual shows. So you can put it down on the ground, use a block of wood. We'll get to that in a minute. But also, there are other ways. Now, typically, I'll use my IR, Ingersoll Rand. I still use a lot of air. I've got the air compressor here in the shop. This works really good on the first setting. That gets me real close, especially for a 7/16 bolt or the bigger bolts and the bigger crankshafts and everything. That's not a problem. I've never had a problem. Many of you don't have something like this. I know a lot of people are using these banger guns and drills. Let me show you the other banger gun real quick. Now this banger gun, this is Ryobi, and I forget what the torque output is. The problem with a lot of these, all of the banger guns, it might say it on here, I can't read it. It's been around for a long time, and of course Milwaukee, this is just a regular drill, but depending on what you have, this one's not adjustable. I can't recommend this per se for a couple of reasons. Even these, because they bang. And anytime if you really want to be a stickler about getting something tight into the right torque number, you have to have clean threads. The have to be lubricated. In some cases, head bolts and stuff. I've put together some very expensive engines, and specialty ARP bolts, what have you, they actually specify what lubricant to use. So if you're dirty, if everything is dirty, if your threads are dirty, all bets are off. All right, the friction loading will be too high, so you have to have everything clean. If you're going to be a stickler, you should already know this, or if you want to become one. Point being is, if you really want to get it close, clean threads, everything ready to go, and this way, it's actually going to lock the blade in pretty good. Now, I've already somewhat pre-tightened the blade. It's you got to pull everything in tight, and I just thread it in by hand. So we want to get to the point where we can actually start using the torque wrench. And there's no reason to do this in steps. It's a lawnmower. So let me just roll through it real quick. And it's a little bit wobbly on the table here. And, doing it on the ground is easier. Now, 60 foot-pounds is a lot. But they want this thing on there. Hondas are like 50-something. This is getting in the way a little. But you can position it, it'll probably be easier if I position it over here. So here, let me show you. This will give me just a little bit more sweep. And also I could put an extension on here. But when you start to do that, when you add little extensions and everything, it can skew the torque numbers. There it is. 60 foot-pounds, that's a lot. So, as I said in my other videos about the destruction of the detents, the keying, in that case the Craftsman with the star pattern, you want that. You don't want to remove any of that. You want to really lock the blade. There's a lot of harmonics going on. When you're going over tall grass, for example, the engine will accelerate and deaccelerate. So you have all these forces of tightening and loosening. Then you have all the vibrations and these harmonics that build up. There's a lot of inertial energy going on in different directions, acceleration, deacceleration forces. It is important to keep this damn blade on there, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea. All right, let's go to the next step. All right, now this is just a quick look at Toro's 22-inch recycler. It's their guide, right? And they got a number of things in here to show you what to do. I'll leave the link in the description. And as we just kind of scroll through up to the top, they show you will pop up, safety. But you can see a few things here. But as I scroll down, and again, I'll leave the link in the description. If I don't, kick my cage. But they give you some tips. A piece of wood, put your foot down, the direction of spin, the blade assembly, adjusting the self-propel drive system. So something to consider. Now, I'm not doing a block of wood here. I have a torque wrench, but you can get it really tight if you have a good 3/8 or half-inch drive. And you should be able to get it off without any real issue. So this is just something to consider. Download your manual. You should always have your manual. If you don't have a physical copy anymore, there's really no reason for you to not go get one online. So again, a good shout out to Ecreban for sponsoring this video with their nice blade. So that worked out real good for us. And again, it came in a 2-pack. I will leave links and such in the description. And they say they have a 90-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. If Amazon does not allow you to return, message us to get a full refund. And in 24-hour after sales at hotmail.com. All right, I'll put all that up. But anyway, that's all on the webpage. We will get to that in the description. And we went over everything on this thing. It's just a beautiful machine. It's been well kept. We went over all the cable lubrication, the cleaning of the carburetor, the cleaning of the gas tank. We checked checked for tight on everything, lubrication everywhere. We got the blade on it. We got oil in it. Even the pull starter got lubricated. And I have been maintaining this engine and this machine for a while, so you can see as a result of that, it was actually fairly easy and kind of fun to clean this thing up. So, take care of your stuff and you'll have a lot of years out of a high quality machine like this. These are very good quality machines. They are one of my favorites. And that kind of quality, it's a pretty thick deck. There's really nothing I can say other than these are older. So if you can find one used, clean one up. If you still have one, take good care of it and it will keep going for you for a very long time. Thanks for watching this episode of Arch's Garage. And again, a shout out to Ecreban and my contact over there for helping out with this channel and this video. I'll see you guys later.